Last week I was talking to a chiropractor who works at basically like a medical walk-in clinic in town, and he came to our practice he called me, and I said, well, why don't you come and observe for an afternoon and you can see some adjustments. And it was interesting to watch his expressions as we were adjusting, and just seeing the volume of people that were coming in. And he shared with me that their clinic, it's him and another chiropractor, are seeing an average of 25 visits a week. And he thought that the reason he was seeing 25 a week is that he wasn't yet getting as many referrals from the medical doctors as he thought that he could or should be. And it was amazing how he said to me, he says, but I talked to the medical doctor, and he had a bit of a stiff neck, and he said, oh, maybe he's going to come and see me next week, so I think we're getting through to him. And I just was thinking how sad that was. You know, how sad that he was, first of all, he was so excited that this medical doctor was maybe going to come see him. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? And that would be the day that, you know, I guess his day would be awesome and made by that. And then I just saw something floating around on social media of a guy a medical doctor who the title was "Chiropractors Are Not the Problem," and he was talking about some healthcare system and basically said that chiropractors are not the problem. But this thing was shared by like an unbelievable number of chiropractors. Again, almost like they long so much for acceptance, and they value. I don't think they have enough value for what it is that they do. And I wondered, but then a lot of the people that I saw share that one, you know, are people that I know. And I wonder, and I would purposely not share that because I am so not searching for acceptance. I mean, I don't want to be accepted into the medical industry. I watched that video from the OCA president recently, and you know, she was talking about that we are fighting for inclusion. I don't really think so. For me, it goes the opposite direction. For me, I would say, if a medical doctor wants to be involved in my practice in any way, do you know how he would be involved? As a patient, for him and his family, or her family. That's it. That's how they'd be involved in my practice. I don't even want referrals from them, because all the referrals would be basically like symptom-based referrals. So all of that's happening, and then this morning I get a phone call from a new walk-in clinic that's opened up, and I know that they had a chiropractor in there, and that chiropractor has now since moved or whatever it is. Anyways, he calls and leaves a message. Well, first of all, he says, it's Dr. So-and-so, I need to speak with Dr. French immediately. And so she come over to me, I was in the middle of adjusting, she said, there's a Dr. So-and-so on the phone. I said, I don't even know who that is, so I'm not taking phone calls while I'm seeing patients. So she goes back and says, oh, it's Dr. So-and-so, I run this clinic. I have an unbelievable opportunity for Dr. French, but you know, he's gotta act on it immediately if he doesn't want to miss the boat. So I'll wait for him. So she comes over and she says this to me. I go, if you come over to me one more time while I'm adjusting, you're fired. Right? And I go back, tell him I'm not interested. And this guy was beside himself on the phone. I could see her facial expression. She said he was just beside himself. He couldn't believe that I wasn't falling all over myself, that he called me first to get the, you know, referrals from his clinic and stuff. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want anything to do with it. And then I think about, is that even normal? Maybe I'm not normal. I don't know. But I want you to think about the value that you have for your care and how you would feel if that medical doctor called you. You know, is that something that you would jump all over? Do you have I don't want to say a lack mindset that you'd want that, but you know, maybe it's an introduction to lost souls, and I'm missing out on something here. And that's a possibility too, but I just wanted to talk it down. I think it's a good a start of a discussion. I want you to think about, where do you see yourself in the healthcare system for your patients? The fancy charts and posters, we like to say chiropractic first, drug second, surgery last. Those are fancy chiropractic posters, but do you actually think that? Do you actually live that? That's a good thing to think about for us today. I got a lot of things going on in my mind with respect to this, but I don't want to make this too long. I want you to think about what you would think about if that chiropractor, if that medical doctor called you. What would you say? And would you seek out those kinds of relationships? And if so, why? If not, why not? And use that to solidify, your ownership of who you are, what you stand for, and how you're going to run your practice. All right? Thanks, guys. Have an awesome day.